Sam Cortes with Sport Manitoba joining me this afternoon for ASTV Sportscast. Sam, good afternoon. You're back in the office. Did you remember what it felt like being in the office?
Yeah, I mean it's weird. It's just strange, right? You get used to being here all the time, and then with the adjustment of people working from home, then you get used to that. And so it's been a bit of adjustment. I'm here today, and maybe a couple days, a week in the coming weeks, but it's nice. It's nice to be back.
It's nice to be back. And speaking of
Yeah.
nice being back, we also have some Sport Manitoba facility updates. Are we seeing some of the building open up a little bit?
Yeah, so just a couple updates here just on some of the reopenings. The Sport Manitoba Fitness Center is going to be reopening on Friday, March 5th. So for members to work out individually in designated time slots. So no in-person group classes right now, but and masks are also mandatory throughout the whole facility. So that also applies to the fitness center when you're working out. The performance center and the flex space are currently open for one-on-one training. And then the courts will be opening on March 8th. So you can start to book time on the courts beginning then too. So the Hall of Fame is still currently closed to the public, but we're hoping to be announcing the reopening of that as well. And then of course the clinic remains open as well. So you can always find the latest updates. We're going to be updating all of that on our website. If you go to our homepage at the very bottom, it's got a pinned COVID-19 update. So we're always updating that on the latest facility updates that you can check there.
And signing up for times and whatnot for the courts will be all on your Sport Manitoba website, correct?
Yeah, for booking, all facility bookings, things like that, you can find that at sportmanitoba.ca.
Perfect. Okay. We've got some virtual events coming up, Sam, because we still have some protocols to follow, including our very infamous annual Winnipeg Whiskey Festival. Going to be happening virtual. How is that changing for this year?
Yeah, so a little bit different this year, of course. So this is, again, the Hall of Fame's their biggest annual fundraiser. And usually the event takes place at the Fairmont Hotel. And this year it's going to be a virtual tasting experience with an online silent auction as well that goes until March 25th. So you can participate in the virtual tasting events when you purchase select whiskey packages from Manitoba Liquor Marts. And each package includes like a little information card, and you can register for the virtual tasting event through that. And then when you register for that, they'll talk about stories about the product and how it came to be. And all of that good stuff. So, and then there's also the silent auction, which begins on the 15th of March to the 25th of March. So you'll have the opportunity to bid on some really great prizes, including some rare whiskeys, some golf packages. There's going to be different sport experiences with the Jets, the Bombers, the Gold Eyes. So more information specifically on the auction is coming soon, but you can buy tickets for the tasting experiences at winnipegwhiskeyfestival.com.
winnipegwhiskeyfestival.com. It's hard to taste whiskey virtually, but nonetheless, we're going to make our best with this event because it is, like you said, one of the largest fundraisers for the Sports Hall of Fame. So do get involved with that if that's one of your interests. I appreciate it all the time to enjoy that event. So well done. The Night of Champions and Sport Manitoba Coaching Awards will also be done virtually this year as well. Sam, give us a little details on those.
Yeah, so another event, annual event that we have is looking a bit different again in 2021. So instead of identifying for Night of Champions, instead of identifying our traditional sort of team, athlete, coach, official, and volunteer award nominees and recipients, we'll be featuring a couple of stories, like inspiring stories of triumph and perseverance, specifically relating to the unexpected changes that came from 2020 as a result of the pandemic. So Sport Manitoba will be featuring a few of these stories through video production. So we'll be creating some videos that we're going to share with our audiences on our website and on social media the week of April 12th to 16th. So there'll be more to come on that. Next time we chat, we'll have a little bit more details coming for that in the beginning of April. The Coaching Awards, the Sport Manitoba Coaching Awards, presented by Club Regent Casino and Event Center, of course, recognizes the coaches in Manitoba. And for this unique year, the award winners will be selected based on coach accomplishments throughout their whole career. So we're looking to announce the recipients and share videos on them as well on our website and social media on April 6th. So beginning of April for those 2 events will be coming up virtually.
Right on. And fabulous news on the coaching awards. Are they all the nominees completed? Everything's finished for those?
Yeah. Yes. So they'll be sharing a little bit more information over March on where people can find that and to stay tuned, and they'll be really good to watch. So.
Right on. The month of March is very special to the Bison Transport LeadHERship series because it heavily involves females involved in sport and business. And that's the topic of discussion with this month's virtual discussions as well. Let's get a little more information on that one.
Yeah, so the Bison Transport LeadHERship series, the next and last session that's coming up Wednesday, March 17th at 7 p.m., virtual, of course, and it's called Female Leaders in Sport and Business. Again, it's a free session that people can register online, and the panel will be Norva Riddell from True North Sports, Tina Jones, Jones and Company Wine Merchants, the Rink Training Center and Green Carriage Company, and Janet McMahon, the interim president and CEO of Sport Manitoba. So that'll be the panel. They'll be talking about their experiences to becoming prominent female leaders in sport and business in Manitoba. So you can register for that at manitoba.ca/leadhership. And then there's also a Zoom session after the event that you can join in and kind of network with other attendees. So that's a really great thing to be a part of. So looking forward to it.
And that's happening March 17th, St. Paddy's Day.
Yes, Wednesday, March 17th at 7 p.m.
Awesome. Now, we spoke a little bit about the Sports Hall of Fame still being and remaining closed, but we have a Hall of Fame inductee spotlight. And who is that person today?
Yeah, so we have a new spotlight up on our website, a story. So on Marilyn Fraser. So she's been involved with running and athletics since the 70s as a board member of the Manitoba Runners Association. She's volunteered her time with various running events, longtime track and field official, to name a few of her accomplishments and contributions over the years. So she's now an honored member of the Manitoba Sports Hall of Fame. So encourage you to go to sportmanitoba.ca/Hall of Fame, and you can find her story, a more in-depth story there.
Awesome. Great runner in the 70s. I know a little bit about her because I've had a little bit of running history in my days as well, but not as much as her. But great story nonetheless. The Female Mentorship Program. We're getting through the list, Sam. You're doing well. Let's talk about this program and how important it is, not only this month but throughout the year.
Yes, so the deadline to apply for this program is coming up at the end of the month. So we've chatted about this before. It's basically a program that puts together female mentees with mentors, mentee-mentor pairings with more experienced coaches, with relatively newer coaches. It's an initiative dedicated to just increasing that number of female coaches in Manitoba, and it provides essentially like an online community of practice for mentee coaches to build and enhance their coaching toolkit. So it's really great with building relationships and kind of learning from those more experienced coaches. And to apply, you can go to sportmanitoba.ca/coaching, and under the programs that we have, it's there for people to find that online application, and that deadline is March 31st of this year.
Okay, and that's both for mentees and mentors, or is that just for that's for both of them?
Yes, yeah, you can find both of those applications there. There's different ones, and it gives the criteria and all of that on the website as well. And both of those are March 31st, deadline.
Awesome. Okay. We also have a Sport Manitoba podcast, a new one up soon.
Yeah, the latest one is up now. I believe it's episode 20. I'm not sure on the episode number exactly, but the latest one is up now. Our host, Nolan, speaks with Manitoba judo legend Mo Oe. And he reflects on his life around the sport, including his approach to coaching, the growth of judo in the province, and some of his proudest accomplishments. So that's a really great podcast to check out. You can listen to that at sportmanitoba.ca as well on our website, or just wherever you listen to podcasts. It's the Sport Manitoba podcast.
And that's the latest one that's up. Do we know who's coming up, or are we keeping that one as a surprise still?
That one we'll keep as a surprise. Yeah, we don't.
So you got to stay tuned for that one. We can't let all the cats out of the bag just yet. Yeah. Last but not least, I mean, we're in the middle of winter, well, sort of. Starting to be nice outside. The snow's starting to melt. But the opportunity of a Manitoba Winter Games powered by Manitoba Hydro is still being planned, correct? And what are the planning processes going on so far?
Right. So it's pretty much just under a year away now. They take place in Niverville next winter, February 27th to March 5th. But there's a lot of planning, of course, in advance of this, an event this size. And so the volunteer recruitment drive for these games is underway now. So they'll require upwards of 800 volunteers to support the behind the scenes. So planning the execution of the games, so a bunch of different roles that are available. So certainly looking for people to participate and be a part of the games preparation, all of that, and then during games time. So to register, if anyone's interested in being a volunteer and being a part of the games in this way, you can go to the Manitoba Games part of our website, and the Niverville 2022 information is all there, and you can register to be a volunteer.
Fabulous. It should be fun to see live sports in the winter by next year, we hope, right?
Yes, we hope so. Of course, everything is in response to what the current conditions are and all of that. But right now we're excited to plan and move forward and just kind of wait and to see what we have in store for next year.
It has been an optimistic kind of feeling you have to have when it comes to seeing live sports, and we hope to see those returning very, very quickly. Sportmanitoba.ca is your website where you will find all your links, all your resources, where to sign up, and more information, of course, for all of these programs for the month of March. Sam, I want to thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. Enjoy some of that wonderful indoor office air. You haven't had much of it in the last little while.
Oh, I thought you were going to say outside because it's so beautiful and sunny and warm. But yes,
we'll get to that this weekend. It's going to be gorgeous. It's a gorgeous weekend.
Yes, and also enjoying the office. So I'll do both. So thank you, and you too.
Sam Cortes with Sport Manitoba joining us for ASTV Sportcast. Thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of the afternoon. Enjoy that wonderful weather outside. If you are around ice, please be careful. It is very warm, and it is just take care of yourselves. I'll leave it at that. Thanks so much. Have a great rest of the day. Bye-bye.